Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Beautiful day here in Blackstone, sun shining, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. So let's talk about time. We just had daylight saving time. We put on, moved the world back an hour, saved an hour. What are you going to do with that hour? And so I've been meditating on time and the wisdom from the clock. Of course, this is my, it's backwards because I'm on mirror here. But anyway, this is my father's timepiece that he got when he graduated from Annapolis. And I'm getting a lot of wisdom from it, metaphorically, because if you look at all the clocks in the house are digital, pretty much. It used to be all the clocks were wind-up clocks. My mother's family was came from a Victorian culture, and every room had a big walnut clock that chimed, and you had to wind that sucker up, and everywhere you went, time was chiming. It's an hour, quarter of an hour, half hour, three-quarters of an hour, dong, 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 time, 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 you see. I had to wind it up, you see. We are fixed in time. My favorite, one of my favorite Google images is Harold Lloyd hanging from a clock over the Manhattan street. And of course, back then, they did those tricks, real. And just to sidestep that, when I took my mother, when she was 100 years old, to see Avatar in 3D, and so I said, "How did you like the movie, Mom?" And she says, "Oh, I really liked it, but where did they get all those tall blue actors?" And so I had to explain animation. But she said, the first movie I remember was Harold Lloyd hanging from a clock. Harold Lloyd hanging from a clock. And she lived to be 102. So the image of hanging from the clock is us, is a metaphor for us. We're all hanging from this clock, you see, trying to schedule our life, trying to live within time. Oh, I've got time to go. I don't have enough time. I'm late. I'm early. What happened to the time? Where did the time go? I need more time. Oh no, the end of time. Even death, you see, is the end of time. No more time. So we both hate time and we're attached and we're hanging from it, you see. Isn't that odd? And so this daylight saving time just kind of like gave us a reminder of how superficial, how illusory time is, you see. What do you mean you set the clock, but did you really was it like Superman? Did you go around the earth backwards and set the earth time back, you see? And were we the same and we just moved this clock back? But yet where are we, you see? We are at the center. You see that? The center. Now suppose this is a metaphor for our culture mind, our clock mind, our belief in time as being real. We believe time is real. The scientific world, the modern world that began with the Enlightenment, you see, had a different time than the time of the Middle Ages, you see. Because when you have, with the time of the modern world, everybody got a watch, and clocks were in every house, and the trains ran on time, the factories ran on time. The industrial society, the scientific society, the mechanized society ran on time. It was important, you see. But the farm life, the village life, the agricultural life doesn't need a watch. Well, the sun's your time. You get up in the morning with the sun, you go to bed with the sun. The seasons come and go. So you're in sync with the earth time, with the mother. But the industrial society is in sync with the clock, the father time, the grandfather clock, father time. Be on time. Don't be late. Obey the time. Obey the schedule. Be proper. Be afraid of what people think, you see. Be on time. Be punctual. Be punctual. You're late to dinner. Where were you? You're not on time. You see? This pressure to be on time. And yet there's a rebellion against it. A rebellion. I don't want to be on time. I'm going as fast as I can. Get off my back. Where were you? You weren't on time. Oh, that person has its own time. Oh, there's Italian time. Oh, there's, different cultures have different times. Different cultures have a different idea of time. South Sea Islanders had no time. Polynesian time. We go on vacation to get away from time. Go on vacation. Leave your watch at home. Oh, you see what I mean? In other words, I don't have to be on time today. Sunday. Oh, well, you have to go to church on time. Well, yeah. But other than that, I don't need to do anything. I don't have to be on time today. There's a sense of freedom from time. So there's so much involved in time that we just assume. So we get back to the clock, you see. And the clock has got, if this is me, if the clock is you, the you are at the center, but at the same time you got two hands, you see. And they're always chasing each other. The big hand moves fast, and the shorter hand moves slow, hours and minutes. And the big hand is chasing, and once in a while it gets in sync. It gets in sync with the upper hand, and all the lights turn green. Thank you, Jesus. I'm on time today. So it's kind of like the two hands are always out of sync. I'm always late. I'm always early. I'm always out of sync. But once in a while, the two hands are together, and we go, everything's in sync today. Thank you, Jesus. But it doesn't hold. We can't permanently be in sync. We can't permanently be in sync with time, can we? We try once in a while. We get in sync, and all the lights are green. Oh my God! I won the lottery today. Or I better buy a lottery ticket. I'm in sync today. You see, everywhere I go, the door opens for me. We've all had that experience. But the world is opening to us before we get. It's like the world when we're in time. For a moment, it's like the world anticipates me. Somebody opens the door before I get there. Somebody says something before I say it. Somebody comes in the door when I'm thinking of them. Jung calls this synchronicity. So we all know that's possible. We're all looking for that synchronicity, and once in a while we get it and think it's a miracle. Oh my God, tell everybody, you see. But it doesn't last. The hands move on. For a moment they're together, but the hand chases the other around the clock. So we're always chasing time around the clock, late or early, or just shooting ourselves. I give up. Stop the world. Stop the clock. I want off, you see. Stop the merry-go-round. So it's very interesting about time. And the problem is because we are at the center, that's timeless. Timeless is at the center. There's no time in the center. Yet the hands of time can't move without the center. So the truth is that you are at the center of time. You create time. You are at the center. But at the same time, we have to catch a bus. You have to live in the world and be on time. The world runs on time, but you are not time. It's a convention. So don't take it seriously. And yet you have to take it seriously. You see the ambiguity there? You have to learn how to be time and be in time. Now Zen Buddhism, and I've read the ancient Hebrews, had a different idea of time in quantum physics. So different, but Buddhism particularly, Zen Buddhism, which is my flavor of Buddhism, is not that we are in time, which science says. The Newtonian universe that was born with the Enlightenment saw the world as being space-time, a grid, a space of time and space and things floating around in it, bumping against each other, created by chance or a spark, a big bang, a pool table, billiard balls, time. It's kind of like we believe when we believe in this Newtonian world that if I don't exist, well, time is still going on in space, just like this. This world is just going on without me. Is it? So Buddhism says, Zen Buddhism, Dogen, if you really want to be specific, who was a Zen master around 1200 BC, said we are not in time, we are time. You are time. Not in time, you are time, you see. So you are time means that you are at the center. But we're also in time. That means we're the hands. We're marching around, measuring the world in minutes, hours, days, calendars, and there was different calendars, the Mayan calendar, the Roman calendar, the Egyptian calendar, different calendars. Like the Rome, the empire, the Catholic Church, they set time according to a particular way, of measuring time. Some cultures have lunar time, live on the moon time. Anyway, the whole point is we are both at the center, you are time, and at the same time, you are in time. But our logic says one or the other. Our logic says you can't be both at the same time. One or the other. You're either trapped in time, oh, I'm trapped in time, or you're on vacation, I'm free from time. So people like to live alone because you're free from time. When my wife goes on vacation, or when she's not here, I'm home alone, I'm free from, it's time to do the dishes. It's time to take out the trash. It's time to do this, time to do that, you see. Free from time. But then time comes back. You have to live in time. But at the same time, you can be free from time. You can be free and in prison at the same time. Because the clock is a metaphor for being at the center. I am time, but at the same time, I'm in time. Now the point is, and I'll end with this, is that if you look at what time is thinking. When we're not thinking about what time is it, we're just being alive. We're dancing. We're at a party. I'm engrossed in a movie. I'm in a book. I'm doing knitting. I'm raking the lawn. Oh, wait a minute. What time is it? I gotta go. You see? So we do have these, we're like oscillating between we're being time. When you are time, you're not aware of time. Time doesn't exist until you say, what time is it? Or when you're afraid, time is fear. When you're afraid of death, that's time. What is fear? Fear of the future. What's future? Thought. Time, you see. So time, past, future, comes out of the center of you. This is time, like these two arms here would be time past and time future. You think about the past, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Think about oh no, what's going to happen, future. But right now, there's no time. Because you are time right now. So be now. Be timeless, you see. But you can still think about the future if you need to. Or the past if you need to. But it's a convention. It's not real. So don't hang from the clock like Harold Lloyd. Be like my mother, lived to be 102. Thank you very much. Have a Zen Fit today.